सदा आत्मा द्वैतवेदिने श्रीमते शंकरार्याय वेदांत गुरवे नमः। योऽवतीर्ण इहाचार्य रूपेण यतीनामुदे श्रीमन्नारायणं वन्दे तं हरिं करुणानिधिं। मननाख्यं प्रकरणं वासुदेव यतीश्वरैः रचितं विस्तरेणाद्य संग्रहेण प्रकाश्यते। बालानाम् उपकाराय मम विज्ञानसिद्धये तत्र श्रीबालगोपाल कृष्ण सन्निहितो भवेत्। The Shishya had expressed that a doubt that since the Lakshana of Akhantatva are all present in Atma, that it is, since Atma is not having any Deshakrita, Kalakrita and Vastukrita Parichaya. It does not have limitations that are brought by or is not conditioned by time, space, or object. Thus, that goes to prove that it is limitless, and therefore Akhandatva is there in Atma. So that Vritti now, which comprehends Atma, is also Akhandakara Vritti. Now, with that, though this is for the beginners, okay? When you go a little further, there will be a more refined definition of Akhandakara Vritti. So the Shishya said that our experience is that I am here and not there. That means the Deshakrit, that I am limited by space. I'm here, I am not there. So thus, or I am not everywhere. Forget even there. I am not everywhere, I am just here. So I admit that I am limited by space. I am in this period and not before this or after this. So thus, I discover myself as to be limited by time. And I am a human being, not any other, not any other being, not any other thing. So as an object also I am limited. Thus, what do I find about myself is that I am limited by time, space, and object. And then you say that this Atma is something which is not limited by time, space, and object. Then how, sir? And that the meaning of word Atma is this I. Now there is this contradiction that whatever you have said about the Atma is not applicable to this, what I call as I. And therefore, how then do you say this Atma is free from the limitations of time, space, and object, because everything is against our direct experience? So thus, having said that, the teacher just said that, is this your question or is this your prativadi, your objection? To which he said, no, sir, this is my question only, because this is a question. But if it is a question, then it will be resolved. If it is your objection, I will ignore it. Or how if it will अथवा ओपेन शप्स्यामः क्षमया तूष्णीं भविष्यामः. I shall keep quiet and not answer, reply. You found that line? We finished, we had stopped here last week, right? Or we could,
Yes,
Monday, last class, whenever we had. They're wondering when did we have last class. You people remember this topic? So
Yes,
the
Swamiji.
thing is that What does this Mahatma say that the Mahatma will ignore, but if he keeps on persisting, then Sapshamaha, yeah, I shall curse. And it is that the Shisha also asked, you may curse. There are so many people who are cursing. Nothing happens. Eh? We were in Kandivali once, Mumbai. There were 4 or 5 Mahatmas, and we had to go. I mean, they had to go for some place. So this rickshaw wala in Mumbai, your rickshaw means auto, this three-wheeler. They are इधर जाएगा क्या? This fellow, that rickshaw was नहीं जाएगा. And there was this Turyanand, one Mahatma with us. A little used to get angry. Shall I curse you? Tattva, and he's showing Jnana Mudra. Then that auto fell. Oh, no, no, बैठो बैठो बैठो. Then in Marathi there is one saying. It says, "कावळ्याच्या शापाने गाय मरत नाही." हाँ, मतलब if a crow curses, the cow will not die because the crow curses. So which means it is an empty threat. Which means it is an empty threat. So he says that, does your sharp work or not? So he says, if my anugraha can work, the sharp will also work. Then he brings a little, this is not fully a topic of Vedanta. There is a little shade of Kashmiri Shaivism to it, but that's okay. This much is acceptable. This goes into the Agam Shastra. Loke, but we have found like that also in Upanishad also. There is this Kahola. He argues with Yajnavalkya. And Yajnavalkya tells him, Kahol, stop it. Don't do this. Don't become Ativadi. Gargi also stands in that sabha and she says, I declare this Yajnavalkya is a Brahmajnani, Shrestha Brahmavid. So you people, everybody who have gathered over here, better accept and understand, or you make your way, give him the way. So this fellow Kahol doesn't listen. He keeps on arguing. Then Yajnavalkya also tells him, Kahol, enough. Don't become Ativadi. That time Kahol still keeps. Murdhate Patishat. He says that, may your head fall off. He falls and he actually dies. Now, there is a story. It is there in the Upanishad. So this is not something I am cooking. Okay. So then this Kahol, his Shishas, Kahol also is one scholar, and he also has his Shishas and all the students and all. So they are carrying his body to where he lived. So they had to pass through that village, forest. At night, when they are going through not night, when they are passing through that forest, some dacoits attack, and they are carrying it in like a bundle and all that, carrying it in a bamboo, all that. It was not a stretcher, BIER they call it, buyer, right? हम लोग हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं उसको? आस्थी. मराठी में बोलते हैं तिरडी. तिरडी. So they're not carrying like that. So what they had done was one bamboo and into the hammock. They had made a hammock and carrying it. So these dacoits on the way, they see and they think they're carrying something valuable. So they attack that gang. So these fellows, they drop the teacher's body down there and they run for wherever they can run for their lives. So when these people open, they find dead body. So they leave it there. Then after a while, by the time it is sunset, these people start coming. But it is sunset now, and they're in the middle of the forest, all wild and ferocious animals. Then they said that tomorrow morning we will go, but we cannot stay on the ground now for the safety purpose. Here in Rishikesh also, till 100 years ago, this Kailas ashram, Mahatmas used to make little machan and stay on the trees. Even this ashram did not have any rooms, no, nothing was there. One chopra used to be there, and one nimbu tree, lime. Then they used to get this bhiksha from Nepali Kshetra brigade, and so this, and one mircha. So this very watery dal and two chapatis they used to get thick. So this Mahatma, or the first one who came, he was a Malayali. Na? So they had kept one mircha and one nimbu. That is all that, just to make little consumable. So they used to live like that here. All wild animals, those wild boars and all, they used to come here. So they stayed on the trees. And at night, when they saw all jackals and wolves and these wild dogs came, and they tore off that body and ate it away. So now, not even a piece of that body was left for them to carry. That is the story of Kahola. So, so he says, so there is a point over here. Loke nigrahanugraha samarthyavataha ishwarasya. Now, Ishvara is the one who has the samarthya of anugraha and nigraha both. Okay. So, Ishvara and this Brahmajnani, he has found his identity with Ishvara. And therefore, if it means, which means that you may see him as a person, but that is actually Ishvara in that form. So, Anugraha Nigraha Samarthya of Ishvara is there. So, therefore, that Brahmajnani Abhedaha, Brahmajnaninascha Bhedaha Nasti iti jane. So, that Nigraha Samarthya is also there, is what is suggested. So, Tarihi He Swami. If this is the case, what is the case? That he is also Anugraha Nigraha Samarthyavan. If this is the case, He Swami, He Sadguru, Kripa Patra Bhutaha, Shisheva Ham. मिल गया? नहीं मिला है? Page number 127, 127, the last two lines. तरहि हे स्वामी हे सद्गुरु कृपा पात्र भूतः शिष्य एव हम. O Lord, O teacher, I am your receptacle of your grace, of your compassion. कृपा पात्र भूतः शिष्य एव हम. मम एक संदेहो जातः. But this is truly my sandeha. This is not meant to contradict you. Tasmadevam prishtavan na tu kutarkena iti. Then he says that whatever I have asked is not out of kutarka. It is not so that you just to contradict, but it truly is my doubt, and I want to resolve it. I can't resolve it on my own, and that's why this request, sir. Please have compassion. Iti shruno. Iti chet. If this is the case, listen. Idam deshakala vastu parichheda trayam swabhavato. देहस्यैव न तु परिपूर्ण प्रत्यगात्मनः परिच्छेदत्रयमस्ति. Now, whatever you have said about that I am here, not everywhere, I am in this period of time and not in every period of time, so on and so forth, which you have used as an evidence to show that there in Atma, all the three parichedas are there. Right? Deshakrit, Kalakrit, and Ambika. The third, Vastukrit.
Vastu Parichet.
Vastukrit, Parichet, Deshakrit, Vastukrit, all these three Parichedas. So, but then you tell, where are they applicable? Are these Parichedas applicable in body or not? But you can say that this body is here and not everywhere. This body is there in this frame of time and not always. You can also say that this body is that of a human being and not of a bird, animal, devata, yaksha, kinnara, etc. You can say that. True. And therefore, all the three Vedas, Parichedas, are there in the body. Naturally, nobody denies that. Where are you saying they are there? In Atma. But where are they really speaking? In the body. Who is this Atma? Drashta of this body. By being the Drashta, that what is there in the body, that what is there in the Drishya, is it applicable to the Drashta? Then this is that's why the Drishya Viveka is important. Since this is applicable to this Drishya, you want this AC on? Since there is this Drishya, it is applicable to the Drishya. एक 5 मिनट आपको भी लग रहा है हाँ so then what happens, since it is applicable to the drishya, then you are saying it is available in the drashta. How come? And therefore now that what belongs to the drishya, keep it in drishya. That what is not there in the drashta, don't bring it to the drashta. Okay, now this is what we are going to see. न तो परिपूर्ण प्रत्यगात्मनः परिच्छेदत्रयम् अस्ति. दिस परिच्छेदत्रयम् कस्य? देहस्य, न तो आत्मनः. Why? Why? द्रष्टृत्वात्. द्रष्टृत्वात् प्रत्यगात्मस्वरूप परिपूर्ण ब्रह्मणः देश परिच्छेदो नास्ति. एतत् कथं ज्ञातव्यम्? Sir, though this is true, but how to know it with more clarity? Okay. Now, all this clarity means that you actually will have to apply and think about it. Okay. How then? That this you are saying this Atma is Pratyagatma is. Pratyagatma means the inner self. Inner means what? Inner means what?
Atma.
Are Baba, inner means, don't think about inner means something like, one layer of clothes, like the inner clothes, inner layer, like that. No. On a grosser level, that is okay to say. The inner means over here, you try and understand in terms of cotton and the cloth. When you see a shirt, you can call it cloth, isn't it? So even if it stops being a shirt, it still can be called as cloth. Can the shirt be created without cloth? So what is more vyapak?
Cotton.
So in terms of time. Vyapak in terms of time. Because even before it could be made into shirt, it was cloth. Suppose all the stitches and the sleeves and everything is, those things are removed. Can it still be called as cloth? So cloth remains even before and after. And therefore, what is more vyapak? You understand? Cloth.
Cloth.
And the cloth is the inner being of the shirt. Then that cloth is nothing but the strings that have gone in woof and what do they call it? Warf and woof. Warf and woof. Isn't it? Tana Bana. It is after all what? Strings. So even if they are all dismantled, it is no longer cloth, but their strings are not. So therefore strings is the karanam of the cloth, and the strings are also is there before the cloth and after the cloth also. So vyapaka. Then then if those strings are also dismantled, fiber, and then finally you have cotton. It is cotton. So whatever that cotton is, even when it is fiber, it is cotton. When it is strings, it is still cotton. When it is cloth, it is still cotton. When it is shirt, it is still cotton. And therefore, cotton is the inner being of all. Like that. Okay. So even when you're touching nothing but cotton. So it is not that cotton is inner, and there are layers. No, it means it is the reality, and that reality is hidden behind the layers of mithya appearances. Shirt is cotton, fabric is cotton, fibers are, the strings are cotton, yarn is cotton, the fibers are cotton, the molecules are cotton. So cotton is the reality of all these, isn't it? Even when it is shirt, it is nothing but cotton. Even when it is a cloth, it is nothing but cotton. And therefore, cotton is the reality, and like that, the inner self of all. So, so Pratyekatma, this word becomes applicable when you are doing the Panchakosha Vivek. So this Pratyekatma that you have discovered, this Aham, as being not the body, not the pranas, not the mind, not the buddhi, not the ahankara, not even the ajnanam, anandamaya kosha. Now, what is this? Your consciousness. And therefore, this Pratyekatma which you have discovered is Paripurna Brahma, is Paripurna Brahma, because this Deshakrita, Kalakrita, Vastukrita, Paricheda is not applicable there, but is applicable in this Panchakoshas. You see, this all this Parichedas, Vastukrita Paricheda will be applicable even in the Panchamahabhutas. Okay? Huh? Panchikrita, everywhere. Okay? Deshakrita Paricheda. So that what, can you call that what is Prithvi as Jala? Can you call Jala as Agni? So there is Vastukrit Paricheda there or not? Vastukrit Paricheda is there. And so now, that which is free from all the Parichedas, all the Paricheda Trayas, is this pure consciousness, Ahamasmi, and that is Paripurna Brahma, and therefore Desha Parichedo Nasti, Katham Jnatavyam. So he has a question. Question means he has a doubt, Shishya. So now the teacher says, go by this. You see this whole world of objects scattered around you. Ghata, Patadi, all these objects are there. And all of them you see as is or not. Is the experience. Asti, asti, asti. Exists. Ghatahasan, Patahasan. San means sat. Because he's using that sat word because we are thinking about it as Chidananda. Vidyaranya Swami says, or even Upanishad, Asti Bhati Priya. Same. Asti Bhati Priya means Sachidananda. So he is now saying Ghatahasan, Patahasan, Pudyam Sat, Kusulam Sat, Iti, Prithvi Sati, Apasatyaha, Tejas Sat, Vayusan Akasha Sankiti Chaivam, Bhuta Bhautika Prapanche, Sadrupena Anupuyamanatvat, Atmano Vibhutvam. Okay. Now, everything is nothing but existence in these forms. Existence is only in the form of pot, katasan, cloth, patasan, udyam, the wall, sat, kusulam, some bigger, bigger wall like that. Prithvi sati, it is nothing but this Prithvi tattva. Then that Prithvi, apaha, tejaha, and then all these things, akasha, sun, evam, all that existence alone is appearing as bhuta bhautika prapancha. Bhuta, you understand, pancha mahabhutas. Bhautika means of these bhutas, of these bhutas. So, bhuta bhautika prapancha, what is that? Existence alone. Got it? And evam, atma is existence. And therefore, Atma is Vibhu. Atma is Vibhu. Evam sarvavyapakasya atmanaha desha parichedo nasti. What was the question? That how come desha paricheda is seen? Why is desha paricheda seen? Because of adhyasa. Okay, if Desha Paricheda is seen because of Adhyasa, then how to understand that there is no Desha Paricheda? So naturally, the second question is also sequential. And therefore, how come there is no Desha Paricheda? How come it is not there? Because Atma is existence. And whatever is seen as existing is nothing but existence in form of everything, in different form. And therefore, it is nothing but existence. And that existence is this Atma, and therefore, what is not there in Atma?
Desha Parichet.
Desha
Desha Paricheda is not.
Paricheda.
Why is Desha Paricheda seen? Because of superimposition, because of Adhyasa. What Adhyasa? Deha Adhyasa. Got it? So both the questions are answered. Atmanaha purvokta prakara yutya anaditvena nityatvat bhavishyat kala parichedo nasti. Now, purvokta prakara yuktya. What is that purvokta prakara? That everything that is existing is nothing but existence in different forms, and this existence is this Atma. And therefore, existence does not have non-existence to counter it. Okay? That what is existing can become non-existing. But existence does not have a negative to it. And so, Purvokta prakara yuktya anaditvena nityatvad, and therefore he is anadi. And bhavishyat kala parichedo nasti. Huh? Evam anaditvena nityatvad bhavishyat kala parichedo nasti. Evam bhuta kala bhavishyat kala sambandhasya atmanai. Huh? Now, bhavishyat kala is not the only word. Bhuta bhavishyat kala parichedo nasti. It should be like that. What is there in your version, Bhanu?
Same.
Same means what?
Uh,
Nityatvat, what is there next?
Nityatvat.
Next word what?
Nityatvat. I'm not able to. Bhavishyat kala parichedo nasti.
Both, I mean, I think it should be Bhuta Bhavishyat Kala Parichedo Nasti. Because the next vakyam is Evam Bhuta Kala Bhavishyat Kala. So Evam means in this way. Now this Atma is how is present in Bhuta as well as in Bhavishya. So Bhuta Kala Bhavishyat Kala Sambandhasya Atma. So Atma is seen with the sambandha with Bhutakala as well as Bhavishyat Kala. But sir, what about Vartamana Kala? Then that question comes. And so Bhutakala Bhavishyat Kala Sambandhasya Atmana Ekatva. Atma is one. And so what is the reason now? Even in Vartaman Kala, there is no absence. Bhutakala can be in Bhutakala, can be also in Bhavishyat Kala. But in Vartaman Kala, he is not there. So it can be, but says no. Bhutakala, Bhavishyat Kala Sambandha is there. And Atmanaha Ekatva, but Atma is one. And therefore, that Ekatvat is the reason why Vartamana Kala Parichedo Nasti. You understand? What the reason for Vartamana Kala Paricheda, absence of Vartamana Kala Paricheda. Okay. Why? भूत भविष्यत् काल संबंधः आत्मनः अस्ति and आत्मनः एकत्वात् वर्तमान कालेपि आत्मनः लोपो नास्ति. Okay, that's what have we understood. In the first reason was that vastukrita paricheda is not there. Sorry, deshakrita paricheda is not there. Then vastukrita paricheda, kalakrita paricheda is not there. Vastu paricheda rahityam atmanaha katmiti ched. Then how come do you say that vastu paricheda is not there? There can be atma and anatma, two vastus. So therefore he says kathamiti ched shrunu. Atmanaha sarvatmakatvat vastu parichedo nasti. That's why Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma is first. Everything is nothing but Paramatma. This is what is to be understood first. Okay? Everything is nothing but Paramatma alone. And so, Atmanaha Sarvatmakatvat Vastu. And Sarvatmakatvam means what? Sarvatmakatvam means there is only two things. Kasya Atma, that Sarva, what is that Vastu Sarva? Whose Atma this Brahma is? Do you understand the question? There is Sarva, whose Atma, whose very being, whose reality is this Brahma Vastu, Paramatma. You understand? So what have you discovered? That there is Sarva and also there is Atma. And that's why Sarvasya Atma, Sarvatma. Sambandha is there now. Sambandha will be there between two things or not. So you still have got two things. You still have two things. One is Sarva and the other one is Sarvasya Atma.
Sarvam is Adhyasa and Atma.
So that is what is that. Sarva is what? That Sarva is Mithya. And Atma is Satyam. So the actual Atma and Atma Viveka is Satyam Mithya Viveka. Okay. That's why it is like that. Sarvatmakatvad vastu parichedo nasti. That's what is this about Atma is that this one Atma, that consciousness, that what you are referring to as I, is infinite in terms of time, space, object. There is no limitation on it. Is paripurna, ananta. This is what is the reality of what is called as I. But we are saying this I means I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm good, I'm bad, I'm intelligent, I'm unintelligent, I'm dull-witted, so on and so forth. Are bhai, this is all that is related to that appearances, body, mind, pranas, etc. And that you are calling it as I. But what is the reality of this I? Is Satyam, and Anatma is Mithya eva. This is it. So that's why Sarvatmakatvad Vastu Parichedo Nasti. Acharya, Vastu Paricheda is not there, you are saying. But what is this Vastu? What do you mean by objects? What are these objects? Because we see chairs and carpets and men and women and mountains and rivers. How do you infinite number of objects? So now we are going to put them in only three categories. That will bring everything that is there as objects under these three. Okay, so now you're not counting mountains and rivers and everything will come under only these three. And that is what is that? Ha, Vastuni kani iti chet, if this is a question, sajatiya bheda bhinnam, vijatiya bheda bhinnam, swagata bheda bhinnam vastuni. There are three types of objects. One, which belong to the same species and yet are different. Sajatiya bheda bhinnam. So even when you say mango, and mango means that Banganpalli and Kesar and Hapus and Pairi and all these Dashahari, Langda, you heard of these? You get them there? Not only Banganpalli or something. Dashahari, Langda, specifically of this area. Oh,
we just
great.
heard those names.
Huh?
We just heard those names. We have not eaten them.
Oh, you don't see, you eat. So Sajatiya, it is what? All are mangoes, but all are. So what is the Sajatiya Bheda Bhinna? It belongs to Sajati, but there is a difference in that, though it belongs to the same species. So Sajatiya Bheda Bhinna. Vijatiya Bheda Bhinna, that which belongs to different jati, different species, and also are different. Swagata Bheda, within that same one object, one person, it can be top of head and foot, and they are two different. So Swagata Bheda iti vastuni. Tani va kathmiti chet, how come that is there? What do you mean by that Sajatiya Bheda etc.? Listen. He gives you an example. Vrikshasya vrikshantarat sajatya bheda. There is one mango tree, there is one coconut tree. Okay? And this cannot be a tree. Because tree means mango tree. So somebody from North India comes to, Madras, to Chennai. Well, what is this mushroom or what big mushroom? No, this is a tree. Mushroom is a fungi. This is a tree. Then he said, trees are not like this. Trees means what we have. Mango trees and guava and all these trees. Banyan tree. No, they're trees. Vrikshasya vrikshantarat sajatiya vedaha. Then vrikshasya shiladehe vijatiya vedaha. Now there is a vriksha. Under that vriksha there is one rock, one cow, one bird. All of them are there under the tree. Then what is that? Vriksha belongs to one jati. The chicken belongs to another jati. The cow belongs to yet another species. Rock is another species of object. Vijatiya Vedaha. Within that vrikshasya patra pushpadehe swagata Vedaha. Within that vriksha, there is a trunk, there are branches, there are twigs on those. So the twig is not the trunk is not the roots are not the leaves are not the flowers are not the fruits. Correct? Fruits are not the seeds. It is a part of the fruit, but that's why it is Swagata Veda. Within the tree itself, within that one unit, within that one entity, there are these various Vedas. Swagata Veda. Asya Trividasya Pi Vedasya Atmani Abhavad Atma Veda Shunyaha. And this is the reason why, because all these Vedas Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Bheda, Rahityatvad. How is this Atma? Bheda Shumunyaha. Vedasya Atmani Abhava Atma, bereft of all the differences. You cannot create. There is nothing that can create any differences. So Atma is, first of all, what did you understand? Atma is Paripurnaha, Anantaha, Paripurnaha. Why Paripurnaha? Desha, Kala, Vastu, Paricheda, Rahityat. Then why is Atma Abhedaha? Bheda Rahityat. Got it? Why did you come to this topic of Bheda Rahitya? Because Vastu Krita Paricheda expresses as Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Bheda. Okay? That's why Atma is Abheda. So this Atma is Paripurna is a lot bigger topic. Within that, there is a subtopic of Atma Bheda Rahitaha. Got it? So now, अतः एव आत्मा वस्तु परि आत्मनः वस्तु परिच्छेदो नास्ति इति जानीहि। ननु आत्मनः सजातीय विजातीय स्वगत भेदाः न सन्ति इति वक्तुं न शक्यते। कथमिति चेत् एकमेव चैतन्यं ब्रह्म चैतन्यमिति ईश्वर चैतन्यमिति कूटस्थ चैतन्यमिति जीव चैतन्यमिति च वर्तते। अतः सजातीय भेदो अस्ति। He says, sir, that what you have said. Now there is a question about the Vastu Paricheda Rahitya. Now, okay, we are on the same topic of what? Vastu Paricheda Rahitya. How? Nanu Atmanaha Sajatiya Vijatiya Swagata Bhedaha na santi iti vaktum na shakyate. You cannot say that. Katham, why, sir? What is the problem? Ekameva Chaitanyam. This one Chaitanyam alone. Now Brahma Chaitanyamiti, Ishvara Chaitanyamiti, Kutastha Chaitanyamiti, Jiva Chaitanyamiti cha vartate. How many Chaitanyas? Four. Why is he counting only four? Why not Kavva Chaitanya, Sparrow Chaitanya? Huh? Why?
All those are Jiva Chaitanyas.
Because there are only these two, Tatpada and Tvampada, where one Chaitanya becomes, when the Chaitanya is Vachyartha of Tatpada, it is Ishvara Chaitanya. And Lakshartha is Brahma Chaitanya. Whereas in the Tvampada, the Vachyartha is Jiva Chaitanya and Lakshartha is Kutastha Chaitanya. Okay. When your mics are off, you are all speaking in Pashyanti Vani. When you have to reply, there should be Vaikhari Vani. Then what happens? Now you yourself are saying there are four Chaitanyas. And even if all these four Chaitanyas are Brahma Chaitanya, that will go to prove that there is Swagata Bheda. So either admit that there are four Chaitanyas, or if you say, no, it is only one Chaitanya as everything, then might as well you also admit it is all what is there in this Chaitanya? Swagata Bheda. And that's why, how will you say that there is no Swagata Bheda or even Vijatiya Bheda or Sajatiya Bheda? If you are going to consider all of them are belonging to Chaitanya Jati, therefore all of them are Sajatiya Bheda is there. Okay. If it is one Chaitanyam and has got all these Vedas, then might as well admit it is all Swagata Bheda. Even if you don't say there is Vijatiya Bheda, what is there? How will you eliminate Sajatiya Bheda and Swagata Bheda? Got it? Got you understand?
Yeah.
This is the question. Ataha sajatiya vedo asti. Now here the reply, Atma Swarupam Brahma iti, Anatma Swarupam Prapanchaha iti, Dvayor Vartamanatvat Vijatiya Bhedosti. No, this is still Purupaksha. Now he says that, sir, even in that case, you still will be able to say that there is Vijatiya Bheda. Why? Because there is one Atma and the other Padartha is Anatma, and therefore Vijatiya Bheda is also there. So thus there is Sajatiya Bheda, there is Swagata Bheda, and there is Vijatiya Bheda. So we are still seeing, and you are saying that in Atma there is no Vastukrit Paricheda. If you want to say there is no Vastukrit Paricheda, what will you have to first show? Swagata, Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata Bheda Shunyatvam you will have to prove. Got it? So now, अतः विजातीय भेदोस्ति ब्रह्मणि सच्चिदानंद इति त्रयस्य वर्तमानत्वात् स्वगत भेदोस्ति. चलो, give you still one more reason. So first sajatiya bheda, vijatiya bheda is different line of saying that there is purva paksha. Huh? Now otherwise somebody will take it as what? Siddhanta. Daya karo. Understand सिद्धांत पक्ष क्या है, पूर्व पक्ष क्या है. Then why is he saying that there is Svagata Bheda? Because Satchidananda. Correct? Therefore, Brahmani Satchidananda iti trayasya vartamanatvat. Sat, Chid and Ananda vartamanatvat Svagata Bhedo asti. Evam Bhedatraye sthite Atmano Bhedatrayam nasti iti kathamiti ched. How then, sir, you are saying that Bhedatrayam nasti? When Bhedatrayam is seen, how is the Bhedatrayam seen? Sajatiya Bheda is seen because four Chaitanyas. Then Atma and Anatma is there, and that's why Vijatiya Bheda is there. Then because Atma is Satchidananda, and therefore Swagata Bheda is there. Got it? Swagata Bheda is there. Shrunu, listen. आकाश एक एव उपाधिभेदेन महाकाश मेघाकाश घटाकाश घट जल बिंबिताकाश च भेदेन यथा प्रतीयते तथा मायोपाधिना एकमेव चैतन्यं ब्रह्म इति ईश्वर च अविद्या उपाधिना कूटस्थः इति जीवः इति च केवलं प्रतीयते एवं विचार्यमाणो सजातीय भेदो नास्ति. So the first topic was of Sajatiya Bheda. If you remember, what was the reason for his Sajatiya Bheda? Because there is Ishvara Chaitanya, Brahma Chaitanya, Jiva Chaitanya, Kutastha Chaitanya. Now he clears that with one drishtanta, one example. Akasha. Akasha is one. But yet Akasha will appear many. But what is the reason for Akasha to become many? Upadhi, the conditions over there. So the conditions make the Akasha appear as many. You also say na my space and your space. Huh? How you fight with neighbors and all that? My space. As your young siblings when you were, how you used to fight? And you came into my area in the bed. Nowadays, everybody has a different bedroom. We did not have that. The whole family, 10 people are in one room only. So everybody's space was mixed. common space. Now, there is Akasha Ekaha Eva. There is no doubt that Akasha is one. Yet this Akasha appears, so there is, you can say it is Mahakash. Meghakash. What is Megha? Nothing but small droplets of water in the suspended in the atmosphere. That is what you call as Megha, as the cloud. Correct? Right? That is what is a cloud. So the space which is occupied by that water, by that Megh. So Meghakash. And in that Meghakash, Ghatakash, then there is Ghatakash, there is a pot, and there is a pot space. Correct? Ghatakash. In that pot space, there is water. In that water, there is reflected space. So, Ghata, Jala, Pratibimbita, Akasha. You understand? How many Akashas have you discovered? 4. One is Mahakasha, Meghakasha, Ghatakasha, Jalakasha. Jala Pratibimbakasha. Jala means Ghata Jala Pratibimbakasha. You got it? So, with the Upadhi of Ghata Jala, the Akash becomes Ghata Jala Pratibimbita Akasha. With the Upadhi of Ghata becomes the Ghata Akasha. With the Upadhi of cloud becomes Megha Akasha. But really speaking, it is only this one Mahakasha. And because of all these other conditionings, now you have to call Akash as Mahakasha. Otherwise, what is it? Just Akasha. So now this Swagata Bheda which is seen in the Akash, everything is Akasha or not? Mahakasha is Akasha, Meghakasha is Akasha, Ghatakasha is Akasha, Ghatajala Pratibhimbita Akasha is also Akasha. Yet you are calling all of them as different is only because not that Akasha is divided or Akasha has any parts, but because of the Upadhis. Iti Tatha Mayopadhina, because of the Maya Upadhi, that Ekameva Chaitanyam, that one Chaitanyam alone, is then called as Brahma Chaitanya. Then Ishvara Chaitanya. Avidya Upadhina, because of the Upadhi of the pot, this is called as Ghatakasha. Okay? It's called as Ghatakasha and Jala Pratibhimbita Akasha. So, like that, avidya upadhina kutastha iti jivaha iti cha kevalam pratiyate evam vicharyavane. Thus, when you are going to contemplate on Akash, the Swarupa of Akash, and understand these 4 Sajatiya Vedas, and how do you understand that the understanding of Sajatiya Vedas in the Akash means cancellation of those. It means it's cancellation. Okay. So, evam vicharyamane sajatiya bhedo nasti. Further. Vijatiya bhedaha katham nasti iti chet shrunu. How do you then say that vijatiya bheda is not there? Rajju vina yatha sargo nasti. Akasham vita yatha talamalinyam nasti. Evam atmanam vina anatma pi nasti. What was the basis for the Vijatiya Bheda? Atma and Anatma. Because one species, one jati is Atma. Then what is the other jati? Anatma. So then when you are seeing 2 jatis, then obviously you will have to admit that there is Vijatiya Bheda. There is Vijatiya Bheda. So, Vijatiya Bhedaha Katham Nasti. When we are seeing the Vijatiya Bheda, how do you say that there is no Vijatiya Bheda in Atma? This is the question. Katham Nasti Shruno. Rajum Vina Yatha Sarpo Nasti. Rajum Vina Yatha Sarpo Nasti. Akasham Vina Talamalinyam Nasti. Now, just as Rajum Vina, without the Raju, the Sarpa does not have any existence. So also Akasham Vina. What is seen in Akasha? Talamalinyam. That you see the Akasha as grey in color, Malinyam is seen or not. And then what do you see? That Akasha is like an inverted pan, wok. So that is what you see. Akasha has got Tala and also Malinyam. Tala Malinyam is seen in the Akasha, but is there any Tala or any Malinyam in the Akasha? No, sir. Tala Malinyam Nasti. So Vina Evam Atmanam Vina Anatma Nasti. So what is it that gives existence even to Anatma is nothing but Atma alone. And therefore, what is there? Atma alone. Like Rajjum Vina Sarpo Nasti. Adhishthanam Vina Aropitam Sarvam Mityaiva. Even that Satyatva which you are seeing in the Anatma, in this Prapancha, is because of this Atma. That Prapancha is seen Satya because of Atma. And then you are saying that this Prapancha is sitting heavily on Atma. The world is very heavy on me, Swamiji. You don't know, the duties of a householder. And then family says, oh, you don't know what it is to run this ashram and these people and all this. So both of them, we are the same boat, both of us crying. And so, hey Govinda, Trahimam, and all that you do. Then you tell us, how heavy is the sarpa on the Raju? How heavy is the ornament of the gold? Huh? What is the weight that the gold is getting pressed under the ornament? That the Raju is getting pressed under the sarpa? What is happening? Huh? Does the Mithyavastu, can the Mithyavastu even touch the Adhishthanam? Like that. Adhishthanam Vina Aropitam Sarvam Mithyayava. So you are introducing a new word, Mithya, here, sir. What do you mean by Mithya? Mithya Nama Vandhya Putra Shashavishana Divat Kalatraye Piya Vidyamanam. Now he goes to that saying. Actually, Mithya means that which is seen but is not. But he uses this example here. That's okay. So we understand that some teachers also put this in the category of mithya. Some of them. Generally, this is what is understood as alikam. So, but then we have some acharyas who use even this to say it is mithya. Okay? So, how did you say that? Don't raise you and cry about it, because there are some teachers who have used it. So, mithya nama vandhya putra shashavishana divat kalatrayepi avidyamanam. So, kalatrayepi avidyamanam is a common lakshanam. That is sarpa or this rajatam. Which rajatam? Shukti rajatam. Kalatrayepi nasti. Kalatrayepi nasti tadapi brahmakale pratiyate eva. Tadapi, no, they are very punctual. When my classes are there, very punctual. When class is not there, they will do it whenever. So, anyways, so Kalatrayepi nasti is what we have to understand. Along with Kalatrayepi nasti, there is a small line. Kalatrayepi nasti, Kalatrayepi na pratiyate. But there is something. Brahmakale pratiyate, jnanakale na pratiyate. Okay? So, Mithyanama Vandhyaputra Shashavishana Divat. Shashavishana means horn. Shasha means rabbit. Okay, Shashavishana Divat, the horn of a rabbit. Okay. Vandhyaputra Shashavishana Divat Kalatrepya Vidyamanam Atmanaha Parmathato Vidyamanatvadatmano Vijatiya Vedo Nasti. And therefore we should do Shanti Path. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharya Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashikatau Vande Bhagavantau Punapunaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murtibheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptehaya Dakshina Murtaye Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Namah Parvati Padaya Hara Hara Mahadeva.
Happy Diwali,
Happy
Swami.
Diwali.
धन्यवाद स्वामी जी.
प्रणाम स्वामी. हरिओम. Happy Diwali.